Hey everybody, it's Skullgirls. This is the audio test. I got a new microphone, so it's very possible that the sound is just completely screwed up. So you'll have to let me know. I have no idea. Today's a live stream. I'm just gonna mess around till people are here, and then we can get started. I'll work on some stuff I've been working on. $600, $600, $400, $350, $525. So ideally you're doing like this. Something like that. She gets 8K mid-screen. This character's not fair. Hey, Abby. This character's dumb. I know, I've seen Triv do this. Where he catches them with the jump hard kick and then calls beam. Kinda like that. I don't know. Yeah, so once again, because I don't know how many people were here when it started, I got a new microphone. I have no idea what the sound's like now. So if things are off, let me know. It's very likely that they're completely off. My voice is a bit quiet. I can fix that. It should be better now, hopefully. I can go higher if you want me to. Higher! Higher, he says. How about now? I'm trying not to go into the red bit. Maybe I should just not be afraid and just go for it. Okay, dope. Otherwise, we're just waiting for people to join so we can start the second thing. I wonder if people use M item and not H item. I don't know. You can delay H more. But I guess they're technically further away? Yeah, that is closer. I'm just kind of pushing buttons. To be honest. While we're waiting, let's do something ridiculously hard. Because is there another way to do it? I don't actually know how updated our live question thing is. I hope it's updated. I haven't been touching it. Did I get the time right? And the day? Am I nuts? Today's Saturday, right? Okay, I don't know what's happening. We've died. Kick rate's over. It's dead now. That was close. That was close. People aren't used to get being on time. That's also possible. I just got out of a bath, so I don't have an excuse to be late. Because I wasn't doing anything else. I wanted to play Persona. Hey, Das Whales, what's up? Das Whales. Yeah, I'm alive right now. I'm not dead tired. What are you talking about? We're gonna start on questions in a minute. It'll be exciting. Kinda want this once, but I don't know if it's gonna happen, because this is heckin' hard. Beating up? Yeah, of course I'm beating up Philia. Heck, this character. I don't actually have anything against this character. It's so close! This combo adds like 500 damage to his normal B&B too. Hold on. One second, I gotta be right back. Alright, I've returned. I was called. I had to return the call. It was not a real call. It was a fake call. So that's exciting. Okay, let's just get started. I don't know if people are actually here or not, but I'm gonna pretend like they are, because that's what the VOD's for. So, I'll answer questions from chat with priority. Otherwise, I'm gonna go through the Discord, where we have questions from the Get Great sign-up sheets. So, if you got questions, hit me with them. Otherwise, I'm going through the Discord. And the first Discord question is about restand timings, which I'm going to show with Bella, because she does it in every heckin' thing. Some restands are really... like, Parasol's restands are pretty easy, because they don't really have timings. But Bella's are annoying. Oops. That, people drop that a lot. Even at higher levels, that gets dropped all the time. And in terms of checking the timing, I mean, we're kind of lucky with how this game works. I'm trying to do it wrong. Because of how fighting games work, if it uncombos, you're doing it too early. I'm trying... sorry, let me restart. If it uncombos, you're doing it too late. There we go, I did it wrong that time. Trying to do it wrong on purpose is hard. Oops. There we go. So that uncomboed. That's because they did the jump hard kick too late. If they don't actually get restood and they just hit the ground, like that, you're doing it too early. So every time you do the restand and you see yourself drop it, you have to see how you dropped it, and that shows you how you need to adjust your timing. And I'm still trying to do it wrong, and I just can't. Obviously, if the move doesn't come out, you're doing it too late. I honestly cannot do this wrong. There we go. So you can just do it, and then see how the combo drops. And that works for all restands, not just Bella's. Too late is uncomboing because they have time to fall out of hit stun. And too early is them not restanding. It's universal. Somebody asked how to practice neutral. I can't really show that. The way to practice neutral is to play people. There's not really a way to actually practice it. There's another question here about beginner resets and mixes, Isabella. So while we're here, might as well do it. They say they struggle to open up since they autopilot starting with crouch light kick. That's fine. If you're talking about resets specifically, you can start... like, this is a really, really basic one. It looks complicated. I swear it's not. You just do her normal B&B, but at that point you run stop. And then you can dash and go under. You can... hey, missing a... you can chill and stay same side. You can drop combos. You got air grabs. Hey, Darkrai. Gonna raid you, but Twitch wouldn't let me. Oh, that's fine. I appreciate it. I think that can burst bait. Yeah, there you go. If you have to Kara with crouch medium punch, so you go under the burst. But you do get a burst bait there. And obviously, you can also do command throws and stuff, because you're Bella. That's really the day one mix, just because there's so many options out of it. And because you're Bella, you can also do, like, overheads and... you know, cross-up overheads, and... her other one is on this restand. Because it's a restand, you always get a low throw. Oh, this is getting stolen. On every restand, you can do a low throw. You know, so there's always that. If you have an assist, you can pick up off this for a full combo. I'm solo right now, so I don't have one. You have to be a little bit careful with that one, because if you dash forward and try to do quarter circle forward, you get Excellabella, because of how shortcuts in this game work. You're doing forward, quarter circle forward, and that's a DP input. you can shortcut it that way. So if you're doing diamond drop out of forward dash, you should do half circle to get around that. Fun facts. I'm bad. What kind of assist? There's a lot of assists that do it. The one you see normally is medium beat extend. Cilia slide works, bypass works. There's a lot of assists that'll work. And a lot of them people... I'm sure there are also assists that work that people just haven't used yet. Because of, you know. And also, if you have a DHC, you can do super and then DHC out. If your DHC lets you combo. What are other Bella basic resets? You see this one a lot. Where instead of doing jump hard kick, you do jump medium kick. Because that lowers the hit stun. There's less hit stun than jump hard kick. So you can go into your reset faster. I've seen Sage do this, where you cancel the jump medium kick into people's elbow and it resets. But I just do that. And it's an overhead. Kind of weird to convert off of. And every time you do an overhead, you really should be doing a command throw if you can pick up off of it. But this move's like impossible to punish, so whatever. Yeah, and you can pick up off it, I'm just being bad. Wow, I really am just not picking up off this right now. I promise you can pick up off it. There we go. Maybe it's spacing dependent. What are her other basic stuff? Always this one too. If you do restanding, just refer to transitioning from air string to ground string. Restand specifically is just making them standing again. So when I do this, I'm doing air string to ground string and picking up. But that right there is the restand because she's standing again. And the reason that's important, especially on someone like Bella, is that if they're just chilling on the ground and I try to... Oops. If they're just chilling on the ground and I try to command throw them, I can't because they're on the ground. But if I go for a restand like this, I'm allowed to command throw them because they're standing there. Only some moves restand. Restand's got some weird rules. Bella doesn't have a way to show this really, but if you do 2 moves out of OTG, they restand. Normally you'll see people do 2 lights, like, I can show this real quick. This only takes a second. So if they're on the ground here, I can do 2 lights and she'll stand again. And again, that's important because if I wanted to do, like, dash up throw, you know, she's standing again. So any 2 moves off of the ground restands them. Sometimes, a lot of the times, it's just an air string that ends when they hit the ground so that they're still standing and don't get knocked down because they're on the ground when it hits them. And it's why if you do like that too early, I'll see if I can do it wrong. It's been so long since I've done this wrong. Like that won't restand them because they're not on the ground when it hits. Which is fine there because I can pick up OTG, but you know, that's much more important. What buttons do you use on my Obsidian for start and select? I use option for start and R3 for select. But I kind of do it different depending on games. There are some games that like don't need one of the macro buttons, so I'll use the macro button to reset, and I do that in cross tag. Also, Bella neutral. I can talk about Bella neutral. Bella neutral is really stupid because I don't remember how to do frame advance, but I can show you hitboxes, and hitboxes are important. This red thing that you see, that red thing is where I can hit them and they can't hit me back. And I don't know if you can see it here, but this move is like 90% red. It's really, really dumb. So that entire area, I can hit them and they can't do anything about it. She's got some, this move too. It's like 90% red. Excellabella, also really, really big red. A lot of times, those are called disjointed moves. A lot of times when you're playing neutral, those are the moves you're going to. So you'll see a lot of Bellas jump around with this. Just because it'll hit way too often, and you get combos off of it when it does. And even air-to-air, you can get combos off of it. This is more of an anti-air move than it is neutral. JMP is definitely good at neutral. You'll see some of this, because this is also pretty big. Her dash is kind of a blessing and a curse in the same way Painwheels is, because it's really slow at the start, but it's really fast at the second part. And because you're a grappler specifically, a lot of times you can get away in neutral by just doing dash up, crouch light kick, and it'll hit. Just because the second bit's so fast. If you have assists, it gets way easier. So, for example, I'm gonna use Big Bam because a lot of people play MB Extend. And the reason you play MB Extend is because if you do like a command throw, turn off hitboxes. If you do a command throw, you can super, and then you drop the combo. You get to pick up off that, and you get full combos out of your command throws. Specifically with MB Extend, so that's why people run that. But when you're playing neutral with that team, you're allowed to do like BattleButt has a all our tumble run moves have like shortcuts. Like if you do light punch plus light kick, it's an instant run stop. If you do light punch, light kick, and medium kick, it's pummel horse. Hey doctor. If you do medium kick and hard punch, it's an instant BattleButt. But medium kick and hard punch is also an assist macro. So when you're playing neutral, you can just do that. And sometimes you get to pick up off of it depending on spacing. Other assists you can just always pick up. On block, it's totally safe because they have to block the assist. I didn't mean to do that. So if you're running around and they block it, hey, I have pressure now. That was all a block string. And of course, because it's a block string, that means even if they block it and they respect you, you get to command throw. And you have this assist, so you're allowed to pick up if you're good. I'm not. A lot of neutral in this game, solo is hard. But when you have an assist, you're allowed to just run up and do dumb things, as long as you do it with an assist. Because there's nothing they get to do about it. Also, her sweep is probably her most underused move. Because this thing, look how big this is. And it's 0 on block. This is absolutely neutral on block. You get a knockdown if it hits, which is scary because you're Bella. It's pretty fast. It's 18 frames. It's not the fastest, but it's pretty fast. And it's normal, so you can cancel it to whatever you want. I mean, that's a thing. And you'll always win those. Because sweep is neutral, specifically, it's 0. You'll win any of these trades because this is the fastest non-super in the game at 4 frames. So if they push any button, you will always beat them out because you always have the faster button. So that's pretty good. Bella's kind of privileged a little bit. Also, I'm going to show this up. This isn't so much neutral, but it is something I ended up doing a lot because it was really funny. How do I... what am I doing? There we go. So this is something you can do. If they're jumping at you... Oops, oh my god, okay. If they're jumping at you, and it's Skullgirls, so people are jumping at you a lot. A lot of people do like empty jumps like that, which is, you know, you can do an air-to-air and get pressure or something. But something Bella can do specifically is stand hard punch. Because stand hard punch, when they block it, it forces them down onto the ground like that. And when you're Bella, that's really funny. Because you have command throws. Like that. That catches so many people off guard, it's ridiculous. This is something you can also do on incoming and use Diamond Drop instead. That will work much more often than it should. And the reason that works is because normally that move has too much hit stun or block stun for you to grab, but because they hit the ground, it gets cancelled. They land cancel it, and you're allowed to just do it. And I'm seriously just not getting this pickup. But yeah, you get the idea. That's also something you do on incoming, yeah. Alright. Does restand always consume OTG? Somebody asked way earlier. No. Like, the Parasol one I was showing doesn't use OTG. Bella has to use OTG to get it, just because that's how her route works, but... like Parasol here. She still says luck. Professional streamer, by the way. The heck is the... There it is. The Parasol one, like this doesn't use OTG. It's just 2 air strings. Which a lot of characters don't get to do the rejump stuff. Chat has any other questions? Again, I always prioritize chat questions. Otherwise, I'm going through the Discord more. Somebody said usage of doubles puddle. And I am definitely going to talk about that. Because I can give you Peacock mix-ups, don't you worry. But first, doubles puddle. Because I stand by this, but double is a zoner. Actually, I want to run a team. Hold on. Do like trio and do like Philly and Bayo so I can show off some things. So just being able to throw down a puddle is huge, because if you're zoning, now there's a wall in front of you, and they can't jump in at you and push buttons, because they will... Let me, Oops. I'm being very bad. You can PBGC arm them if they do anything that's not stand light kick. You can PBGC arm everything after that. But obviously that's not always great because you don't get a pickup off that unless you have a DHC. But it's a lot of damage. So if you're fighting a double, now I can't jump in and push, well, you know. I can't jump in and push buttons because I get eaten, obviously. If you ever have, so just zoning in general, you can put down a puddle and just chill. Which is great. Another way that I use it, which I think people don't use enough, is just getting double out. Because that might look mad unsafe, but like, if I try to beat up Philia here, I just get eaten. And obviously there are ways to get around it. That's not one of them. I could always like run up and then back throw or some junk. But you have to be like ready for that, and depending on the raw tag, sometimes there is just nothing they can do about it. Like Band's raw tag, they kind of can't do anything about. If they try to do anything, they just get eaten. Specifically, Beowulf is my favorite because it's terrifying. You get an OTG-less conversion off that, and it's really hard to react to Bayo tag. So, you know, you can just knock them into the puddle and get a full combo for free. And if they dodge it, I mean, you're Beowulf, so that's not a counter hit. That you're probably fine. So that's exciting. They have to be very afraid of that. Yeah, otherwise, stuff like on incoming, where you do like the put a puddle down and you either carry yourself through the puddle with crouch medium punch or stand medium kick, because she goes forward and then back with stand medium kick, So if you just stand on top of the puddle and do this on incoming, you don't have to know what side you're going to be on, because that's not your job to block it. You can just kind of do it and hope they get hit. That incoming will hit everybody. Oh, yeah, when I was running Beoband, that was the team I was running. I think that is definitely the best team. Just because at any point you can arm into cat heads, which you just don't have to play neutral anymore, because arm's going to hit or get blocked, and then you have cat heads. Double has this really, really funny 50-50 incoming, where you can... I'm going to show this, actually, because I heckin' love this incoming. Yeah, arm into Lenny is not as good. What am I doing? So you can do things like set up the puddle. I'm gonna see if I can how I do this. Set up the puddle. Ooh, that's not a puddle. And then dash forward into band tag, and it's same side because band comes out on the left side of the screen, even though you're dashing forward. And obviously, if you tag into Bayo, it works the other way because he comes out cross up. So it's a really stupid raw tag 50-50 that's safe anyway because monster's there. And you get full combos off of it. It's weird to show here because it's not a real incoming. It's just a snap. But that is, I've used that so many times. It's so hard to do anything about. It's heckin' funny. Rabble runs specifically Painwheel second, which has a different function than Double. Double's there for complete safety. Because at any point you have cat heads, you have puddle stuff, you have whatever. But he runs Painwheel, so instead of safety, he just gets more damage. Because Bayo into Hatred install just does too much. So that's definitely another way to do it. I ran Bayo Band Peacock for a little bit, except I did it in a really stupid way, where I ran Bayo Sweep Assist, and I made sure I was chairless before Peacock came out, and then you zone with Bayo Sweep Assist. It's a good joke. It's a great joke. Yeah, that was a good joke. It's like running Eliza Boat Assist when you're Peacock. I would never do it, but man, it's funny. Bayo Bellaband's also good. The DHCs are a little bit less good, just because you need 3 bars to be safe, instead of 2. But it's not like bars hard to get on Bayo Band. You don't use them anyway, you kill them without it. Someone said stuff earlier. I'm scrolling up. Again, I'm prioritizing chat questions, so if you got questions, hit me with it. I'm gonna say that a lot. Yeah, I mean, H chair is probably the best he has. Just because it comes down to, which is really funny. It's why his incoming's so dumb with M chair. M chair is stupid. How do you get in on Peacock Beam Assist? It really depends on the person you're fighting. If you're fighting a good Peacock, you won't. Because there's nothing to get into. And I'm only talking about this because I know the people in chat right now are pretty good. If it was a beginner asking, I would say, hey, go look at like the World Gem video. Because at that level, Peacocks just do this. And just throw stuff over and over and... You know, this is what Peacock play at that level looks like, which is annoying, but it has a set answer. But Peacock play at the higher levels is just, you know, they're always jumping around, they're teleporting. If you do... They're rushdown characters at that point. They throw down projectiles, and then they use the projectiles to cover a teleport, and then they run mix-ups. And that's better, because Peacock does a disgusting amount of damage. Her mixes are really gross because they're all 100% safe. That is definitely how you should be playing this team. And when you have a Peacock playing against you like that, you don't get in because they're in on you. It's really scary. But if they are just sitting here and, you know, doing this, the best thing you can do is check when they're calling their assist, because every timing has a gap. So there's a giant gap here between the item drop and the stand hard punch for the bombs. Oops. Hold on. Let me fix the start button thing. What am I doing? Where is it? Select button, not start button. That's why. So if you're doing this, there is a giant gap right here. That between item drop and stand hard punch, there is a forever to move. You can see it there. Because the assist has a specific cooldown where they can't cover that. It's annoying to get through. You're gonna lose so much of your life in chit, but that's better than losing your life to, you know, her combos, I guess. And then there are character-specific ways too, like Peacock can teleport, Robo can armor through it, that kind of stuff. But if you're looking for the zoning specifically, the World Gen video still works. The correct Peacock combo, you mean zoning? Or do you mean, like, actually hitting them? Her optimal B&B is... Let me see if I can do it. I was doing it earlier. Her optimal B&B is hard. I mean, Peacock combos are already hard, but the correct B&B has that link right there. I'm being bad. That, where you do item drop into micro dash jump, jump medium kick, jump hard kick. That link is disgustingly hard to get consistent. But when you do it, she does 8k mid screen. There you go. I did it. That's it. That's her optimal. And with assist, you can change it up. So, like, specifically with Beam, you can do items with, you know, setups. So yeah, definitely, there's easier ways out of it if you hit that link. Like, the one, because I can't do that in matches consistently. So the one I'll do in matches is, I'm being bad again. Oh my god. I blame Robo, she's tiny. Nope, that's not it. I'll do, do I have an A-Train variant? No. But that route might work. That's the route I do. That route might work with A-Train. Let me check. I doubt it because A-Train's really big. I don't think Peacock A-Train is very good. I'll be upfront about that. But maybe you can make it work. It has potential. It's just strange. It's not like god awful. I'm sure you can make it work. Because you probably want to, because you always want to A-Train first string, right? Ideally, you A-Train first string. At least you confirm into it. I don't know where you'd call A-Train in that. You'd probably just do something like that. I don't know what you do afterwards. But that's probably what you're looking at. And then you'd probably catch him with a jump hard kick and then do some other stuff. And that's if you don't want to hit confirm into it first string. Obviously first string is still going to be better. I don't know what the route would actually be. I'd have to mess with it. But those are probably the two ways you're looking to start. You're looking to do stand hard kick into item drop, and then... The fun part, too, is that if you wanted to, you could probably do 10 Reha routes. For those that don't know, Peacock's taunt is actually heckin' good. How the heck do you do her taunt? I don't actually do it, but... I can show you A-Train Bayo routes. I've been practicing those like heck. So her taunt's awesome, because her taunt guarantees the next level 2 item, or level 3 item, is 10 Reiha. And 10 Reiha has mad lockdown because of all this other hits. It has mad damage. Like, 10 Reiha is probably her best item. So if you're running A-Train, you get to guarantee that with taunts. I don't know, again, how you'd actually do it. I'd have to mess with it. Because I think if you do it, you wouldn't actually get item. You can cancel her stand hard kick into taunt, but you don't get the item. In the corner, you can probably get a pickup. I'd have to mess with that, but you get 10 Reiha stuff, which is hype. If you can get 10 Reiha stuff to work off that team would actually be really good. If you want, I can mess with that in my free time, because that sounds fun. In terms of Bayo A-Train, Dr. linked the video, but I'm going to show it on stream anyway, because I like doing it. If you're hypeless, it's H-chair into that. Oops. And this link is what made me start getting the Peacock link, because it's basically the same thing. The hardest part about this is making sure you get the taunt and the stand hard punch. It's a really strange timing. And the other strange thing is making sure you confirm it to H-chair and not L-chair. But, you know, I'm too close to the corner, so this isn't going to work. And you get a chair pickup off that. You get, like, stand light, stand medium, pick up the chair, end string. With hype, it's kind of cool, too. Because you actually get to confirm into that. That's the only route where you don't do that. The H-chair route. I didn't do that perfect, but you get the idea. The corner ones at least heckin' brain dead. Which is fine because you're Bayo, and usually you're in the corner when you hit them. Well, I say it's brain dead and then I do it wrong, but... Yeah, you want to make sure when you're doing the taunt that there's no in-between time. That's why the corner one's easier, because it's more lenient. But if you notice, like, Beowulf's really not standing there when I'm doing this stuff. Oops. If you're doing it right, there's no time for him to just stand there. You have to do it really early. I'm being dead. And I'm in the corner, so it's a little bit easier. But, yeah, like Dr. Director said, there's no trick. You just gotta keep doing it. This and Peacock combos are probably the two combos that take me the longest to learn. But, yeah, they look dope. And when you're running Bayo A-Train, I only see Rabble do this link for some reason. But if you ever... Heck, can I get out of the corner? Yeah, the dash jump timing is a little bit weird, too. That's another thing you just gotta practice. Good news is that when you can do that, the Peacock combo is easier, too. I don't know if you're planning on playing Peacock, but it's the exact same thing, so, you know. The other thing that is cool to learn is this. Oops. You don't have time to taunt, but oh my god, does it hurt. If you already have hype, you just kill them. I've only seen Rabble do this, really. Also, it looks awesome. And you don't need to do the stand hard punch stuff either. You could do, like, dash jump this into this, and then... I don't know what the proper follow-up is. I've never actually seen a written out combo for this. I just remember Rabble doing the link. But like I said, you can do something like that. I've already used stand hard kick because I used the sweep, obviously, but you can do like dash jump into stuff. I usually go into stand hard punch if I have hype, and usually I have hype. But that's a cool link. If you don't have hype, you don't really do anything off the grab, which is awkward. Other than just get Oki. If you have hype, you can combo off the grab, because you get the launchy bit. You know, this thing. All right, let's get off Baoband for a second. And I'm saying it again anyway. Prioritizing chat questions, otherwise I'm looking through the Discord. I'm gonna keep saying it. Heck you. Get that kind of stuff out. Yeah, it's not something people want to see. It scares them. What are safe tag setups for Baoband? How do you get banned in without DHCing? There are ways. Every time you have a stagger, you're allowed to tag. I mean, double tag is what I use usually with this team, just because it combos. But whenever you get a stagger, you're allowed to tag in band. If you ever get like this grab off, you can get banned in. I didn't do it right there, but if you ever get like a knockdown, you know, that's not the safest thing in the world, but you get the idea. That works. Yeah, generally you're doing it off of this, though. What does Bella offer Baoband? A really good DHC with 3 bars. Like, really, really good. Really good damage. The thing about the thing about Baoband is, because you're running A-Train, you don't have pressure. It's really, really easy to get Bayo out once you block him once, because he doesn't have any multi-hits. And because he doesn't have any multi-hits, when you push block him, he just goes full screen. There's nothing he can do about that. And when he has A-Train, he can't extend the pressure unless he like commits to the command grab or wolf shoot, both of which are unsafe. So when you're running a team like Bayo A-Train, your third ideally is really good lockdown. Ideally. Rabble gets away with H-Pinion, but that's why I'm running H-Bomber here. Bella Seracopter would be great, because you can't get Bayo off you while you're blocking Seracopter. The push block doesn't move Beowulf at all, which is good. You could also run Lock and Load if you wanted to. It's better for damage, but I'd probably run Copter. And I've seen people even run Diamond Drop, because if you run Diamond Drop, grabs combo off Stagger. So you can do this into Taunt with Diamond Drop, and that also gets you hype. I've seen that. It's kind of funny. More of a meme than good, but it's usable. Yeah. Bend Bella is just really good in general. I mean, Bella's just really good in general, really. Speaking of Band, someone in the Discord said, how do you fight Band in the corner? It's a little scary, but depending on assist, he actually doesn't have that many options. So, without assist, he gets low throw stuff. And in theory, throw scales you immediately. And nobody really does that conversion either. But this damage is not going to be good. I did the combo weird, but that damage is going to suck. This damage is going to hurt. You're going to lose a lot of health this way. But the grab itself isn't going to hurt that bad. That's going to heckin' hurt. If he has assists, it gets a lot scarier, because he actually has an instant overhead. This is an instant overhead with assist to get full combos. The routes pickups are weird, but I'm sure you can like optimize it. You know, you get it. But at that point, he still has to commit to one option or the other, which is, I don't know. When he has an assist like that, the answer is just like everyone else in the game, where you have to hope you block right and then push block and then try to find a way out. There's really not an easy answer to that. But when he doesn't have an assist, it's a lot easier because he has to commit to low throws. Because this doesn't work in the corner, you bounce away. If he's going to do that, he has to commit to timpani, which is, you know, a bar. Yeah, you can also do that. DP reversal super for those in the VOD. But the thing about Band is that he's always... If you block correctly, he has to stagger, which is mashable, or he has to commit specifically to Elbrass, because everything else is unsafe. And Elbrass is safe, assuming you're not Fortune or Philia, but you do still lose your turn, unless they, like, DP. You'll see a lot of bands do this, too, where they do, like, Elbrass into a frame trap DP. But, again, if you bait that out, they just did a DP on block, you get to kill them. Crank does that all the time. I still think it's bad. But you'll see a lot of bands do it. Band kind of reminds me of Double-ish, where his better mixes come from mid-screen, so normally you want them to be mid-screen. Like, your overhead all of a sudden becomes a lot scarier. What's this tweet? By the way, I'm not logged into that account, so I can't see that. If you at me, it don't get highlighted. You run into this situation, what do? You heck and die. That's what you do. I saw this earlier. I mean, she's got an L shadow. She's probably dash blocking. There's a beam. You don't get to mash because she's blocking. You can't armor because beam plus shadow is a lot of hits. You just block and then hope you block what comes next. Band's really, really bad at defense. Like, Band is absurdly bad at defense. Fukua gets instant overheads on Band too, so you just hope. Thanks, Sam. Band assists are amazing. I mean, Band has some of the best assists in the game. But the downside to running all of them is that you have to play Band. That's just how this character works. It's why solo Band... I get why people run solo Band, because the damage is funny and he's easy, because every time you hit an H-Brass into SSJ, they lose all their life. But, you know, you're still a solo Band on defense, which means you get hit and you lose. Solo Band is a struggle. But, you know, there are people that do it, like, good. There are good solo bands that exist. But they're usually the players that are, you know... You know the players where you ask them, like, how they play and their immediate answer is hard reads? That's solo band players. One day I'll go on a rant about that, because I hate that. That's not real. When you say your playstyle's hard reads. One day I'll rant about that. Not today, my voice kind of hurts a little bit, but we're gonna keep going. Yeah, I say that. It's like when you play, like... When you play someone like Band, your playstyle isn't hard reads. When you say your playstyle is hard reads, you mean you're doing A-Train from full screen. That's not hard reads. That's dumb. When you're talking about a playstyle that's hard reads, where you're doing things like this and this, which is a thing, that's not even exactly hard reads that you're playing. That's conditioning that you're playing, which is much different. Hard reads are you're guessing. That's why it's a hard read. You're just guessing. Conditioning is an educated guess. Conditioning is you've made them think one thing, so you're free to do the other thing. It's like doing throw into this like 7 times. You've conditioned them to want to tech this throw or jump. Which means if you reset like this, you've conditioned them to not to get hit by that, because they're going to either be jumping or teching. Doing that is smart, where you condition someone to do things. Conditioning, every player has to condition somehow. The reason vortexes work is conditioning. But, I don't know. Hard reads is not a... I will stand by this forever. Hard reads is not a playstyle. Anyway, like I said, one day I'll go on a big rant about that. And I'm gonna say it again because we're moving on. I'm prioritizing chat questions. Wow. There's a few questions here that I could answer, but I'm trying to think of how I would. Because they're probably not satisfying answers. There's quite the backup of lab questions. A lot of the questions have been answered, and we just haven't crossed them out, because Crank does that, and I'm lazy, and I don't, so we have answered them. Good and bad block strengths. I can definitely do that. Because this took me forever to learn playing Parasol. Actually, let's use this is the assist that killed me all the time. Nope. Am I good for streaming? Do you want to co-host? I mean, it's up to you. I'll join a call if you want me to. So the normal Parasol block string is not a good one. And the reason it's not a good one is because that's the normal Parasol block string, right? The reason it's not good is there's a gap between the crouch medium kick and the stand hard punch. And the reason I know that is because if I sit here and mash assist, she's going to come out. Depending on how you time it, Parasol won't actually hit the assist. She'll just get hit by the DP. I'm being bad. Maybe it's easier to time. JP did this to me all the time, so I know it works. Hold on. Let me try it with, like, beat extend. Maybe it's easier to show. But the general idea is you saw that the assist came out during the block string. Okay, well, I guess I'm bad, but... There's another gap there. Okay, you can kind of see there. The assist comes out, and when it's a DP assist, that's scary, because you could just die. And the way you fix that, big way I'm going to show it, is that you see the assist comes out there. Parasol's hitting it because band's big, and I'm bad, but, you know, you can get DP'd there with assist. The way you fix that is by finding a string that doesn't have a gap like that. For Parasol specifically, it's weird. Her block string of choice is that. If I can mash assist there, and it's not going to come out, because there is not a gap. I don't think there's a resource that really shows what characters' true block strings are. Which is kind of unfortunate, really. It's something you kind of just have to mess with. And with someone like Parasol, it's really weird, because nobody does stand hard kick into tier. But that's... Maybe that's something that I'll mess around with and put it on the wiki or something. Who knows? I haven't actually put anything on the wiki yet, for some reason. Assuming that they take open stuff. Yeah, there's always PBGC, so even this block string can be... Hold on. I'm being extremely bad, but even this can be push blocked into DP. Excuse me, while I'm bad. There you go. So even that has answers, but obviously as the player, that's something you notice. They're push blocking. I should be ending my block string soon so they don't kill me. Skullgirls get B4'd. What does that mean? Where am I? I don't know, this game's not really a block string game. which is what's weird about it. There's not exactly block strings, and there's more just mix-ups, you know? Like, if I'm playing against this Parasol, I'm not gonna go for full block strings like that. I'm gonna go for, like, the instant overheads with assist. Or I'm gonna go for, like, the tick low or the tick overhead. I'm not really gonna go for a full mid-block string. Yeah, push block bait's also a thing where you can... Oops. So if I try to push block a medium that's not there, I'm gonna backdash, and then she's gonna hit me, you know? That's another thing. Stagger pressure is huge. No, that's fine, Sam. That's fine. And one of the questions was talking about solo squiggly pressure, which is basically the same thing. If you're playing a solo squiggly, you're kind of privileged in terms of bait and push block. I mean, you're not in a good spot because you're solo squiggly, but because of her stancels, you're really allowed to end. Your stagger is a lot better. I can do 2 hits of the overhead. I can do 3 hits. Same with the low. You know, at any point you can stancel and do whatever and try to bait a push block, which is again, a free hit for you. It's why you'll see a lot of people push block the first hit of squiggly, just because, you know, even if you do this, you're still getting push blocked out. If you pick up squiggly, be prepared to have a rough time. She'll eat all the meter your team has. She'll kind of become one of the focal points of the team, is what I've learned. Yeah, Stagger's faster in this game, and that's just because it's an anime game as compared to MK, which is a normal fighting game, for lack of a better word. But I'll also say that, you know, Squiggly with charge and a meter is the best neutral character in the game because you don't have to play it. And she also has the best resets because there's nothing you can do about that if she's near you like this. I mean, you have a year to hit confirm it. They can't do anything about it. Just in the middle of a block string, you can, like... That's awkward. Best super in a DHC war, it depends on your others. If you're talking about a straight up DHC war, double car is the best because it hits a bunch of times. It's completely invincible the entire time. SSJ can lose to things that break armor or grabs. Like, Lady of Slaughter will beat SSJ on certain distances because it's a hit grab. But Card just doesn't have an answer. But if they, for example, because I've seen a lot of doubles go for, like, the car crash, you know, where they both car in. Having another DHC is great there. And Car's also funny because Car sends you, like, really far away. Fukuoka BFF does have invincibility, yeah. So you can do things like, I've seen people do this. See if I can get it to work. It does dodge sniper. So if you're, like, up close and you end up doing, like, a car super, oops. Because you get moved, you're allowed to do stuff like that, and now I'm over here with a bomb. Which is fun. Which is important in things like car DHC wars, because you're just somewhere else on the screen. And you put a letty down. So, like, if you do car and they do daisy, and your car goes through the daisy, you're allowed to put a bomb down later, and then, you know, you get this as a punish, which is quite a hefty punish. Can you alpha counter in? I mean, you can alpha counter into, what double assist did I choose? I can show it with this. Let me, because this is the dumbest thing about running Bella second. If you're running Bella second, you need to be abusing this. I don't think enough Bellas do it. Assuming you have the bar for it. But if somebody has Bella second and 2 bars, you need to be terrified of doing any block strings. Because at any point, you're allowed to go into 360 like this. And, you know, depending on your character, you're allowed to just DHC out. And you get full combos off it. And even if you don't, like, this hurts. This is a counter hit 360. That's a lot of damage. That's 4,800 damage on its own. If you're running Bella second, block stringing you at all should be terrifying. And, you know, you get combos and stuff off it too, if you want to go for mix. You know, definitely abuse the heck out of that. That's dumb. And something Craig didn't know until recently, you are actually allowed to DHC back into your character immediately. It doesn't put that on cooldown or anything. You can just go. That's not a training room thing I have set. That's a thing that you're allowed to do. There are so many alpha counters. Like, same thing with Band. Because Band can go into SSJ. It's not as strong, but it's still really, really dumb. It's why, Dragon Bite Assist is fun, too. You also super and then DHC with an alpha counter? What? Do you mean alpha counter into a super and then DHC out? Because I just did that. Super then DHC with an alpha counter? I don't know what you mean, to be honest. Why does 360 into sniper still allow conversion? They are airborne. Just because they're airborne doesn't mean you don't get a pickup. Parasol with Eliza gets an OTG-less pickup off snipe while they're airborne. It's ridiculously airborne, but they're airborne. The only thing is that sniper has more animation if they're in the air. But as long as they're high enough, that doesn't matter, because you still leave the animation. You can still hit them. You probably don't get, like, a medium pickup off that snipe, but you can do it with a light. And like I said, the Eliza one's OTG-less, and you can do literally whatever you want. Yeah, pretty much. That's not going to work with every DHC, but it works enough. Sam, what the heck do you mean? This is... You start with Sniper, and then DHC into Cerebella's alpha counter. What does that mean? Do you mean, like, DHC into Seracopter? Because you can only DHC into other supers. That's why it's called the DHC. It's a delayed hyper combo. And hyper combo is what they called supers in Marvel. If you could DHC into assists, you'd see a lot more DHCs into assist. Because that would give like every character an easy combo pickup. DHC into taunt win, if only. No, DHC only goes into supers, which is why it's called DHC. The taunt tech is still my favorite disrespect. I have that taunt burst bait, which is really funny when it works. Swagga has a taunt combo on Painwheel. He hit Dyrus with it, it was really funny. Because Dyrus played Skullgirls at some point, apparently. You can set taunt as the assist. If you use the start button as the assist, you can do taunt. They thought that far ahead. I mean, you can even do forward dash and back dash assist. No, nobody runs band taunt. What are you talking about? Nobody runs band taunt. Robo's taunt got buffed recently. Robo's taunt is really stupid now. Like, it is more than viable. I have to figure out what the actual taunt input is here, but... She also has the longest taunt in the game. Fun fact. But look at this chip. That's just all chit. That's pretty good. If you have more bar, obviously you can do more too. That's a ridiculous amount of chit. Wait, with Robos? Robos is the head thing, isn't it? Because their heads don't normally launch this many unless you taunt. It's really funny. I heckin' love it. Yeah, 4K chip. It's really stupid. And the fun part about it too is it's not even a commitment. If you do this into this, it doesn't matter if they hit you out of the super startup because the missiles are coming. So if they hit you, they're just gonna get hit by the missiles and you get a combo. There's no commitment here. It's just free. If it hits, you get a combo, which is really funny. Robotaunt's heckin' good. It's just hard to use because it's the longest taunt. Her chip is as much as her B&B. That's not incorrect. But also that chip takes a lot of... That chip takes 3 heads, a taunt, and 2 supers. It's really good on incoming, though? What? Wait, what's good on incoming? Because the problem with this, you can do 1 headbutt. Wait, what? I'm lost. The problem with doing the chip like this, too, is that once you do the second super, if they are blocking, if it doesn't kill them, you're stuck in beam super recovery, which is so much. Alright, we got any other questions in chat? I'm probably looking to wrap it up soonish. It's kind of early for the live stream, but my voice hurts a little bit. But I don't know why you do that when you could just get 3 heads and not use a bar. Because the real dream for Robo's scariest when she has 4 bars. If Robo has 4 bars, you need to be terrified of Robo. I did it wrong. But that's a combo. It's supposed to combo, and you get a pickup off this. You get a really good pickup off this. And this does combo, I'm just being bad. Oops. There you go, combos. How do you convince Mike C to not nerf Beoban? Heck you, he's doing it. That team's dumb. That team does 10k meterless. It needs it. How can Fortune open up with beat extend? My biggest way to open people up on Fortune specifically is jab stagger. Because her jab is disgusting. So if you just stagger jab enough, they're gonna get hit because they get annoyed. Otherwise, it's the same as a lot of other characters where you just commit to really stupid stuff, but you have beat extend, so it's fine and safe. Yeah, don't use crouch light kick. Use stand jab. Stand jab's faster by like 2 frames, and it's a bigger hitbox. And 2 frames matters a lot when you're, the fastest move in the game. What's push and jab on block, actually? I actually don't know what it is on block. I know the hitbox is dumb and it startup, but I don't know what it is on block. Well. Oops. What am I doing? Yeah, this is +5? Yeah, so this is, you're just allowed to do this. This is a legit, this is a real thing. And push blocking is spooky, because if they push block wrong, they get a backdash, and you get a full combo. This is also another thing I do a lot, because this is a true block string. And at any point, you can fastball it too. Man, mashing a light punch is how you play the second character. Her jab is so stupid. It's better than Bardolph's jab. Look at this range! Look at that! Look at that! Look! I just realized that the block thing is the no smoking sign. I never actually noticed that before. No smoking here. Some Abby said about Philia with big characters. Let me just throw this on. Philia still gets some dirt. Oh, stop! Philia gets stuff like this, where you can. You're still on all block. So you can go for the. Oops. You can go for the restand. Oops. That's a cross up. And obviously you can make it same side too. Like that. You still always have the 50-50 here, which is really the one that matters. But that's the big body one you're gonna see a lot. That. And I'm pretty sure you even still get to do stuff like this. I don't remember how to do this. I'm trying to remember how to... Is that not how you do it? Oh, okay, yeah, so that doesn't work on big bodies. Yeah, no, that's the big one you're gonna use. This is stupid, and it works on block strings too, especially on Ban because he's huge. Scrolling up, scrolling up. Is only using head-on misfortune a real character? Not only is that a real character, 99% of Fortune players just don't learn headless, because that's a completely different character. And it's probably the hardest character to learn too. What's Parasol, like jumping attack block string she can do against Bayo? If you're fighting a big character, she gets a lot of things. I'll do it against like a lot of them. She's pretty in between. But big characters in general, I'm doing this in the corner because I'm already here, but it works mid-screen. She gets to do this, just for days. And the reason it's good is because her jump medium kick allows for reverse chaining. So this is a thing, which means that this is a thing with the fast fall. You can keep going too, like that, with the bouncies. And, you know, you're not limited to one stomp either. Hold on. Sorry, I was told I'm getting Italian food tonight. Why do Eliza's eyes change when she's blacking? Something about spooky skeletons? I don't know. I've never played story mode. I guess Egypt cat thing. I don't know. Yeah, so the way reverse chaining works is that normally I can't go from stand medium punch to stand light punch. That's not a thing the game lets me do. Oops. But if I do jump medium kick, I can go into jump light punch. You're allowed to go back however you want from jump medium kick. I don't know why this move works that way, but it does, and I'm not complaining. It also means that you can go from jump medium kick to jump medium punch, which you see in a lot of her combos. Like this. Yeah, I guess they have that MLT. I keep thinking of Eunice. I really like how Eunice chains work. Yep, it counts as a new string. And it's why burst baits like this exist. Because you're not all on the same string. Oops. That jump light punch will be a burst, even though you did one air string. All crescent characters can reverse chain. Alright. I just keep thinking of Eunice. Eunice is a heckin' good game. Phonon was made for me. Full screen disjoint buttons and she wants to kill you. This is your first fighting... This is a weird fighting game to play first. And I say that because this was my first competitive fighting game. It wasn't the first one I'd ever played, but it was the first one I cared about. So, going to other games was hard because this game you jump so much and pressure is so ridiculous and there's so many busted things that playing other games you're just like, God, I wish I had free push blocks or the ability to jump all the time or... It's why you see people like Sonic and Sage win so many other things, because they spend so long in Skullgirls, which is such a hard game. You play something else, it's heckin' easy. I don't know if you guys have ever played MVCI, but it's just easy mode Skullgirls. And both of them dominated that game. Same thing with Dragon Ball. I loved MVCI. That game was so fun. It wasn't good. It was a god-awful game. Watching it sucked. The game itself it looked like a mobile game. They shafted half the roster. But actually playing it was heckin' fun. I really liked the tag mechanic. But I tend to like bad fighting games, which is why I'm on stream right now. Ah. My only exception to that is the Power Ranger fighting game. People TOD off grabs in that game. It's ridiculous. No Phoenix Wright or Doom equals not playing. Honestly, yeah. I mean, I wasn't a big Phoenix Wright fan, but I was still a fan of watching the character because he's so fun. And Doom's just fun. Am I gonna teach you how to play Riot fighting game? Heck yeah, I am. I spent too long on League to not learn that fighting game. And I cannot wait, because most of the player base isn't going to be fighting game fans. It's going to be League fans, because it's Riot. Which means that you're going to take a toxic community and put them in a fighting game they don't know how to play against people that have fundamentals. I can't wait to get flamed. I love cross-tag. Cross-tag sucks. Cross-tag is god-awful until you learn how cross-combo works. And that's fun for the same reason MVCI was fun. With how the game... And honestly, if you're playing Skullgirls, a lot of how you play this game... Playing MVCI taught me so much about pressure in this game, it's ridiculous. The ideology of having them block something first and then going for mix-ups, rather than just going for mix-ups, is huge. Knowing that dash-up overhead sucks. This thing is 20 frames, I have to dash first, I have to commit to something afterwards, that sucks. But if I call this first and you start blocking it, there's nothing stopping me from doing it. My options just got 4 times better because you're stuck blocking. MVCI and cross-tag work on the exact same mentality. My team in cross-tag hits you, you block something from half screen, you're going to be eating stupid unreactable left-rights for, like, minutes. Because you decided to block something from half screen. And that's exactly why I love Butchers, because it's the same thing. I'll push stand light punch plus Butchers, you're blocking, I'm going to do whatever I want now. Those games are heckin' fun. It's the same reason why my team's heckin' fun. And obviously it's not just Butchers. That's a lockdown thing. And certain other assists, like lock and load, because you can't push a button or you die. Because it's armored. I played... My main team in cross tag was Blake Hyde. But... I played everybody, really. I really like Elizabeth. I really like Weiss. I like all the Ruby characters, because I'm Ruby trash. And also, I stand by my cross-tag opinion, is anybody that's not from Ruby feels really bad to me just because I've played the other fighting games, except for Persona, but nah. And the characters in cross-tag are so dumbed down and simplified that they just don't feel good anymore. But the Ruby characters specifically haven't come from a fighting game, so they were designed for cross-tag, and they feel a lot better to play. That's my hot take. Senator Congress doesn't have a fighting game, you're right. But, I mean, that does not stop me from playing, like, Elizabeth or Hyde or... Yeah, Neo still sucks, but I'll still play her anyway, because she's fun. Again, it's one of those things where you can do, like, I played Neo Hilda, and you can do her parry plus Hilda's back assist, and the parry covers Hilda's startup, and the Hilda assist covers parry recovery. So you have a pressure situation where they can't hit you, and if they decide to not hit you, you get free mix-ups. It's really funny. Robo is kind of considered a battery. Robo uses a lot of specials. You know, because beams. But at higher levels, you're not actually using beams so much as you're just running around like an idiot. Kind of like Peacock, but more in the air. And unless you don't have a bar, you're not really building meter off that. If you don't have a bar, you're using jump hard kick and jump hard punch a lot, so you get Kara meter. But, without that, also you have to use magnet on a lot of conversions. So, I mean, she builds a good bit of bar, but she also has to use a good bit of bar, so... I don't know. I wouldn't run her specifically as a battery. She's not like Fortune or like Bayo with A-Train, where you just never use meter. Or like Peacock, where all you do is specials. Anyway, I will talk for years about cross-tag. Let's get some more Skullgirls questions. Again, prioritizing chat questions, otherwise I'm just looking around the Discord. Robo with Butchers? Yeah, I mean, if you're running Butchers, you shouldn't care about the meter. I run Butchers. I never notice the meter drain, to be honest. It just doesn't matter to me. I still have the bar for snipe when I need it, and that's all that matters. If you have 0 bar, you can still call Butchers. It doesn't matter. It still lets you. Is that hard to PBGC Butchers assist? It's not hard to PBGC it because it's a lot of multi-hits. The reason it's hard is because if you do it wrong, the skeleton's hyper-armored. So if you PBGC a DP in the middle of it, you're still just going to get stabbed because you can't hit the skeleton. You specifically need to time it for the end of the assist. And it's what my team is weakest to. I didn't mean to push that. Waiting for the end of Butchers and then PBGCing. But you have to know how to time it there. You have to be good at it, which is difficult because 99% of players will, and I say this because this is how I do it too, will just push block and then mash your reversal and hope it comes out in time. But you do have to time it. Yeah, the best way to beat Butchers isn't PBGC, it's Absolute Guard. Absolute Guard is 100% the way to beat Butchers. It's a dumb assist, but the problem with it, again, is you have to run Eliza. Eliza's not a good character. This is her best button, and even this isn't very good. This is, like, pretty big, but it's not disjointed, so you can hit her on the leg thing. Her pressure's good, but she has to actually get in to start it. I mean, my team right now, if Parasol dies, I'm playing a solo snowbally character on incoming. If I can't get started, I just lose the game. Let me tell you, life was easier when I was running Bella second. Even though I didn't get the pillar conversions and stuff. Yeah, para incoming feels weird. It's why you'll usually see para point. EU liked para anchor. I think para anchor's alright. Shot assist is probably one of the best assists in the game, in my opinion. Because it chills out on screen afterwards, and it's dumb. You can just mash assist, and all of a sudden your character's a zoner. But the downside to that is playing around incoming. And that's also why you never see Parasol mid. Because your mid character is most likely going to be coming in on incoming. Parasolo? Yeah, that's not a bad choice. I mean, if you're going to play a solo character, Parasol's one of the better ones. Parasol's biggest weakness is no damage. Everything else she does at least moderately well. So when you play solo, all of a sudden you're doing damage. Yeah, I played a lot of solo Parasol. I never actually, like, played her seriously for solo, but when I was... This is kind of another off-topic tip. If you ever find yourself playing this game, and you find yourself, like, peaking, and you're labbing and you're playing, and you just aren't getting better, and you don't know why, you hard reset yourself. This is exactly what I did. I played this team. I was fighting JP a lot. I just never felt like I was getting better. So I said, heck it, screw the team. I just played solo Parasol, and I 100% just focused on spacing. I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about the victory screen. I didn't care about block and no mixes. As long as they had to block this max range stuff, I won the game. And I did that for hundreds of hours. And then I put that back on the team. Heckin', my Parasol's spooky as heck. You get to learn the dumb conversions and... Yeah, if you ever find yourself in a spot like that, reset yourself, figure out how you want to play the character, and just focus on that. That's some life advice. Yeah, Parasol, my favorite one is probably... I ended up doing this a lot, and people freak out when they see it, when I'm playing them. Where the heck is the select button? There it is. So if I'm playing against somebody, and they do like a, like an IAD in to do things. Let's see if I can do it. There's a range where that works in combos, and you can pick up off it. I think a better way to show it would be like, I don't know how I'm going to show this. I guess you could do it this way. This situation comes out a lot, but it's really weird to set up. Where you up forward out of pressure. Who's blocking? Okay, so that's kind of up forward out of pressure. She's gonna jump forward at me. Wow, she takes forever to jump forward. What the heck? That comes up very often, where they're jumping when they get hit by that, and you get a conversion out of it. That's probably like my most done one. Yeah, the as reversal option is great. It lets you test mashable resets and stuff. The crouch medium punch is a dumb button. I'm working on redoing my Parasol guide, so it's not just a Twitch VOD, it's an actual guide. I'm gonna give like crouch medium punch its own heckin' section. Dumb button. Anyway, this ain't a Parasol stream. If anyone's got any other questions, hit me with it. Seeing a Parasol stream. Parasol Masters just... It's not true. People look up to my Parasol too much. I mash. And I hate saying it, because if you do actually like my Parasol and I say don't do that, it feels awful. But, I don't think I'm actually good at this game. It's so wild to me. This is gonna get a little, personal. But it's so weird to me that I can start this game. When I started playing this game, I would spend hours watching, like, Liam and Fenster and Kennen and all those people, and I'd be like, I'll never get to know these people. They're just people in tournament that are way too good for me, and I'm just gonna try to emulate them. And people joining this game now see my Parasol like that, and that's really wild to me, that I'm there now. Obviously I don't agree with them, but, I have low self-esteem. I'm not allowed to agree with them. And doing things like being on Twitter and just being able to casually interact with the people that I've looked up to for years when I started this game is absolutely insane to me. It is completely nuts. Anyway, that's a little personal stuff. How do you play Parasol? Mash Pillar. This character doesn't do damage. Her optimal mid-screen is 7.4. It sucks. Her optimal corner is the same as Peacock's mid-screen. Yeah, I got personal for a second, but that's fine. Parasol's I mean, she does more damage than Robo, at least. No, not so bad. We're off it now, pretty much. At least she out damages Robo, but her damage isn't great. They have banned TODs. I'm still learning those banned mid-screen JMK loops. Those hurt. Anyway, we're going to do a last round of questions from the chat if anyone has anything. Otherwise, I'm turning this off pretty soon, probably, because my voice hurts. I haven't stayed hydrated enough today. L. George is not the best assist. Get out of here. It's good. It's heckin' good. Everybody knows that the best assist is Flesh Step, though. Sub up the Peacock mirrors? I don't know if I can. I hate the Peacock mirror. It genuinely, I don't know how to play it. The way I've been doing it, at least, is a lot of H-bangs. It's the weirdest mirror match I've played. That and the Robo one, because Robo's got a lot of, like, stand hard punch to armor through the stuff. But the Peacock one's even stranger. It's heckin' weird. So, ideally, if this Peacock's just zoning, I did it wrong. If this Peacock's just chilling and throwing some junk, right? Ideally, you can use H-Bang and you'll win. Because you're throwing more stuff out that way, but you still get hit, and it's... If they decide to use Car to zone, you can't teleport on them either, because if you teleport, the car hits you anyway. I'm trying to... Like that? It's such a weird matchup. The way I played this matchup is by getting Peacock out, really. Or just teleporting and hoping it works. It's a strange matchup. I wish I had an actual answer there, but I just don't. I don't know how to play that matchup at all. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Bayo Rotag is weird though, because of Bayo Rotag hitboxes. Let me see if I can recreate this, because this has happened to me a lot in game. But I've never actually tried to do it in training mode. Yeah, that's his hitbox is weird during Rotag. How do you go about labbing assist setups? Do you just throw yourself with things? Kind of. I kind of just try to figure out what I want beforehand. So, like, I'm trying to think of how to say this. Some assists are really obvious. Like, if you're running like squiggly with H spiral, you know what you get out of that. You can dash under for the left right. You can push stand medium punch for the stand medium punch thing. That one kind of makes itself. But a lot of other ones, you're like, okay, I want to cross under, so I need to figure out a way with this assist to keep them in the air so that I have time to cross under. It's so assist dependent, but the way I do it is by going in with a goal and then just messing with it. Outside of high-low 50... Oh, there's a lot you can do with slide para. I labbed this a little bit. So, like, things... Some of it's just knowing... See you, Doctor. Some of it's just knowing other setups. You say cat slide, not Cilia slide, right? I'm doing Cilia slide anyway. So just knowing that there are other setups on the characters, like Parasol has a setup where you do Kara sweep into detonate while they're on top of a tier, and it's a really stupid left-right. And just knowing that that exists means that I can... It's a really weird to set up solo. I'm so bad at training room. Okay, there we go. But knowing that it exists means I can do things, you know, like this, that I know set it up. Lab Master, by the way. Yeah. I'm being bad. I made a tweet on this. I haven't done it forever. I'm gonna do it. Don't worry. I'm gonna do it. Ah, well, that was weird. You gotta left right off that because they pop up. At this point, I'm tempted to just pull up the tweet so you don't have to watch me try to get it. I haven't done this in so long. No! No! Where's the tweet? I'm doing it this way. I'm gonna find it. I hate how many tweets I have in the hashtag. Is this the content you all came for? This is what you came for, right? I'm going to the double hashtag instead. What's this double hashtag? Is it D-U-O-U or is it DBL? Ah, there it is. I found it! I'm gonna show it. Don't think I won't. I'm doing it. Look at this. That's dumb. So just knowing that you get the Kara, you know, you can do stuff like that as long as you know that it exists. And you can use an assisted. I don't even remember what my point was. My point is, look at the tech I made. That's the come away from that. Alright, we got any other questions? Subscribe to Penny's Twitter. Don't do it. It's just retweets of ships. It's not even Skullgirls. Yeah, I don't think Slide launches the same way Silly Slide does, but I'm sure there's something you can do off of it. And worst comes to worst, you always just have this, which is stupid no matter what. As long as your assist is a low, it's always stupid. You do big bend, stand medium kick, jump light kick, jump medium kick, crouch light punch, crouch medium kick, some light characters fall out. I don't know, I'll have to mess with it real quick. I'll have to like actually push the buttons with my fingers. Fighting games and gay, mostly gay. So you're doing this. If I had to guess, it would be the delay on jump light kick, jump medium kick. Because if you do it right away, it's kind of weird. Like, that's going to be... If you do it instantly, she'll fall out. But if you delay the jump light kick, and you do it on the way down, then you'll get it every time. You gotta add the weird delays. That's the weird thing about band combos. He has so many delays. But try messing with that. See if that helps. That took me a minute to get used to. I see what you're talking about with like that, but... You can even time it so they're like reset. I'm sure you're not doing it while they're standing like this, but... You know. Sometimes you try to delay the jump light kick. Yeah, if you delay it too much, they'll be able to block it, and it's a little spooky. It's just a timing thing. Something to sit in the lab and do. Again, the general rule is if jump light kick doesn't come out, you pushed it too early. In this case, if they fall out, you pushed it too early. And if they can block it, you did it too late, and you just have to adjust your timing until you get used to it. It's one of those things where there's not really a secret to it, it's just something you gotta grind out. You still refuse to use social media? That's probably good. Stand medium punch debt timing? Yeah, no problem. And when I started playing Parasol, the stand hard punch tier into stand medium punch pickup was like a 2-frame link. In the grand beta, he gave it a buffer, which was nice. But that was actually kind of hard to hit online back in the day. Stand hard punch also didn't put him back on the ground, which was really strange. They just kind of chilled up in the air, and combos were weird. I think that's the only differences she has, though. It was mostly a Fukuoka beta. And thank God, because old Fukuoka was stupid. I don't know how many people here have played against old Fukuoka with old M Shadow. That was the stupidest thing. I ran Fukuoka on a team. Yeah, Fortune hasn't really got changed. Old M Shadow was, I'm gonna pull this out. I'm gonna do another monitor share. You guys are lucky. 2 monitor shares in one stream. So, Old M Shadow, Say did a video on it. I'm pulling it up. I know he has a video on it because I heckin' watched it so many times. He might have deleted it once it got changed. Yeah, I haven't really eaten much today either. I had a Soylent. That's exciting. This is the content you guys come for, right? Me scrolling through a YouTube you can't see? Because I know it was one of his earlier videos. And he might have deleted it, so this might be for nothing. Is that it? No, I think this is just combos. You look how to be great and kick. I mean, this isn't really derailment, really. A little bit. But I gotta show this off because if you've never played against it, it is the most painful thing to play against, and I'm so glad it's gone. Sage has sets with Crank on his channel? I didn't know that. Huh. Point double in zone with Luke. Double's a zoner, I'm telling you. I use shot assist with double, it's really funny. There's Jetta stuff. Was DBFZ before or after Grand Beta? Maybe it was Cadenza that had the video. When was this? 2017? Okay, no, this is new M Shadow. New M Shadow was in 2017? Wow. Fuqua should be buffed. Well, I would not be surprised if Fuqua got buffed, because Fuqua is not good. She's kind of the same as Eliza. She's really snowbally, but her neutral isn't anything too exciting. I would be more surprised to see her nerfed, is what I'm saying. This is a really strange video. It's like a mix-up guide where they're using level 5. I really wish I could just pull up an old version of the game. But I don't think you can do that. Old M Shadow was the reason she worked. Ah, this is it. I found it. Ho-ho! Alright, the resolution's gonna be weird because my main monitor's ultra-wide and I'm not streaming on that, but, you know, you're gonna have to hold that. So the way old Fuqua worked was reset loop. So the way she worked is she did this Launchy Boy into H Shadow. So that's first string. Second string was this. And the reason that was dumb, A, it's 2 strings for the loop, which means even at full on Dizzy, you get to loop this. So there was no getting out of it. Even if you got hit enough, you just got hit by this till you died. And M Shadow launched you in the air, and hit stun ended there. And what that means is that you are allowed to just run around and do... Here, he shows it. You're just allowed to do stupid left-rights. So you just cross up. You just run under, do it. That's some double-looking thing. And there wasn't reacting to this. She was dashing at you either way, really. It hurts so much too, and like I said, it's 2-string, so this got looped until you died. She got also air throw off of it, which you don't get combos out of, obviously, but yeah, I mean this is full. This is also before they made it so you take less damage at full and dizzy. So you just loop this over and over until you die. It was 3 loops to kill a trio, if that. Anyway, that just was what Fuqua was back then. No, you could not hold shadows. Let me see if I can find... If I can find an old Sonic vs. Sage. Because they both played Fuqua. What's this? Sonic still played Fuqua back here, I think. This might have actually been before Fuqua. No, okay, there's Fuqua. Well, this is exciting. Wow, this is what you came here for, right? There you go. I watched this video a lot back in the day. Both of them have Fuqua on their team. I wanted to play this team Sonic was playing. He still plays. They still play it a good bit, especially recently, I think. Yeah, but you can just see they just loop this over and over again. This is how you played Fuqua. It's kind of the same as double, except more boring. And once you started throwing like assists and Kara slides and... Man, this character was annoying to play against. Anyway, this is super off topic. I don't think anybody cares anymore. But I'm reminiscing. Pulled you out of the corner, too. Anyway, if we don't have any other questions, I'm going to be turning the stream off instead of us watching here. And she's still cool, but she was so annoying before. She's definitely weaker now. Because she was on every team. Yeah, like I said, if we don't have questions, I'm turning this off. Instead of just sitting here watching me watch this. Just trying to find Fuqua gameplay. Are you talking about TK Ambien? Nah, other than dash blocking, you get super jump forward. So what's happening? Cease! Cease! Okay, so the thing about Robo is she is not allowed to commit like that, like Peacock is. Because Robo Beams have whiff recovery, and they don't stay on the screen. I'm kind of missing some of the TKs, but if you super jump forward... Okay, well I'm being bad here, but... You know, if she whiffs like that, you have years to get in. And you can use your floats too. Yeah, also her beams are minus on hit. That doesn't matter so much full screen, but a lot of super jump float. Super jump float's gonna help a lot. Because they can't TK to hit you up here. Like, you can dash block here, but... You're gonna get a lot more mileage I am doing 2 air beams in a row. So the way you do that is TK beam puts you in the air, and then you do another TK beam. So I'm doing 1 air beam as low to the ground as possible, and then I'm doing another double jump air beam as low to the ground as possible. So I'm jump canceling one into the other. And if you've never played against this, it's the most annoying zoning to get through. If you do it as close to the ground as you can, it'll hit you on block while you're crouching, which is really dumb. This is definitely how you want to zone from full screen, because this thing has so much recovery. This thing's alright, but it has... If I do this as fast as I can, it's not very impressive. This is so much faster than those L beams over and over again. Falling H beam, it's still not. It's so much recovery. The problem isn't that the beam's doing... It's just the recovery. It's the recovery. Anytime you're using H... Unless you're specifically against Big Band, anytime you're using H beam, you can use M beam better. Against Big Band, it breaks armor, but... This is definitely how you want to be zoning. And ideally, you have like one of these set up too, you know? If you don't know how to TK, this is going to take forever to get used to. I know how to TK, and I still can't do it consistently. Because TKing sucks. TK M beam, TK M beam, yep. TK M beam, TK H beam? You still suffer from the recovery issues. And I think it takes too long, so it'll go over people, kind of. I don't know. M beam does the same thing, still. Again, unless you're against Band, because then you break armor with it. Yeah, and you can do that every once in a while, especially if they're dash blocking at you. This isn't bad. And really, the way, like I said, at a higher level, the way you play Fortune is more this. Just super jump hard kicks, and then you run around at the top of the screen like an idiot. And you like double jump and do some jump hard punches, and air L beams are really good at that point because, you know, you're chilling out up here. It's gonna hit the ground at the angles you want. That's how you're gonna play her later on, instead of a straight up zoner. You just run around. Yeah, you can call assist too. Because you better as heck not be playing solo Robo at a high level. That is not gonna work. This is Robo's only defensive option. This is it. This is all she gets. I dropped it. Nope. I dropped that too. L Danger's head invuln specifically, but in pressure you're not gonna want a just head invuln move. And again, the problem with L Danger too is it's not safe, so you know if they block it. But if they hit your body or your feet, you still die. And it has startup as well, which is why I say this is her only real defensive option. Because this at least has armor on startup. You can also kind of do this as a defensive option, because you can see what they're doing during the super flash. And you have time to block afterwards, but, you know, if they're still in the middle of a move, you can't do anything about it. Yeah, Liam's teams are always painful to play against. I love it. Liam's the reason I wanted to play Robo. Her dash is so fast, you can do snipe into magnet full screen and get combos. Like, the magnet's gonna whiff, but they're still crumpling, so you have time to just run up and do that. You can invuln through it by not pushing a button for level 3. If they're in the middle of a move, you still don't invuln through it. So, like, if... Let me show it this way. See if I can time this. This is gonna be weird to time, but if they're doing a block string at you... What did I just set? That's not what I wanted to set. Is it? I don't remember. There should be a gap there. So if you... I'm trying to PBG. There we go. So if I do here, I'm not invulning through that. I can't push a button either. I could technically push stand hard punch, but I mean she has the whole super flash to react to that. Yeah, if I do this, I mean that'll be the problem. Nope, still get smacked. If I do nothing, you mean just not push anything? Oops. Went through it that time, but, you know, she only did one hit of stand hard punch. She'd be doing the second hit too if it wasn't a recording. And then you don't get to do anything. Also, I'm timing it wrong. There we go. So if I do nothing here... I didn't even see the fire animation. What the heck? But like I said, if this wasn't a recording, she'd be doing the second hit of stand hard punch too, because you can do that on whiff. Yeah, it looks like that's the case, but she's still gonna push the second stand hard punch. If I change the recording slightly, if I do it this way. Hold on, I'm being bad. Okay, well that's gonna work because she's on the second hit, but... Yeah, I'm still gonna get smacked there. Even though the first one whiffed, the second one's still gonna go off. And you could commit to stand hard punch, but she has the whole super flash to react to do like pillar into level 3 or some junk, pillar into bikes. Point being, level 3 is not a reversal. Point being, Robo doesn't have reversals. But it's okay, because this is, oops. This is, grab invuln, for some reason. So that's exciting. I guess. Fire effect disappeared, emailed like, see, yeah. Got bugs. Bugs! It's not a bug, I don't think. Let's stick DP grab invuln. Well, Peacock's L-Bang is also grab invuln for some reason. See someone dodge a grab. It's so weird to actually dodge, because it still just lasts forever. If you do, So even if I try to... I guess it will hit me, but... what do you get off it? You get nothing off it. I did it too fast. That's exciting, but you don't get anything off it. You could go into Laser Super, I guess. You could spend 3 bars. Super and then DHC out. Yeah, but we're talking about solo Robo. If you're in this situation, as any other character, you just, you know, or as any character with assist, you just push assist and leave. You don't need to do M-arm, you can just assist and leave. This is going to be 100... If you do this instead, it'll be 100% more consistent. If you're... Same situation they're going to grab, except you do, that. That'll work. That's so much better. Yeah. Robo got no defense. That's her biggest thing. Anyway, my voice hurts. I'm gonna turn the stream off. Unless there's any last minute questions in chat. I went on like Fuqua tangents and junk, but whatever. look for one last question or so. If not, I'm turning it off. Yeah, thanks for watching the stream. It's these are probably my favorite ones to do, even though they don't really get people that watch. I don't know. These are fun as heck. I sit in training room and do nothing anyway, so streaming, it's fun. Goodbye.